For June the 1st, 2015, here's a story that I think we all need to sit back and listen to this story. And I'll provide the link to the article, and I want you to watch the video that's contained as well. Today, with so much drawing the attention of the church, so much fear and gloom and end-time doom catastrophes, California sinking into the ocean and asteroids a mile wide hurtling towards Earth. Here's the headline. Pro football. Rams defensive ends Chris Long and William Hayes confront homelessness in St. Louis. And I think this will bring us all back to where Jesus intends us to be, to go out and to minister to those in need, those that are hurting, to be fishers of men, and to meet the needs of the poor and the impoverished. Let me share this with you. I'll provide the link and the video as well. Watch the video, please. The idea was hatched as the St. Louis Rams team bus inched through a rugged part of downtown St. Louis, and like many of the plans William Hayes and Chris Long come up with, it wasn't taken very seriously. Hayes and Long are the team's jokesters, bantering about everything from the existence of mermaids to opening a plus-size yoga studio. But this conversation was different. From their comfortable seats in the bus, they saw homeless people on the streets, and Hayes turned to Long and asked him if he thought they could handle living like that. Hayes had been moved by the plight of the homeless since his days in Tennessee, when he befriended a man who panhandled near the Titans practice facility. On the Rams bus, Hayes told Long he wanted to experience what it was like to be homeless, and asked if Long would join him. Now remember, these professional football players, they make a lot of money, a great deal of money. They turned in their cell phones and credit cards and wandered the streets in the sub 40-degree temperatures with no place to go. Long, one of the NFL's deep thinkers, gave Hayes a funny look at first, but then he said, "Yes, I wasn't going to let him do that alone." Long says, "I'm sure he wouldn't let me either." They are best friends with little in common aside from the fact that they are both enormous 30-year-old men who play defensive end. Chris Long has never wanted for anything. His mother is a retired lawyer, and his father is Howie Long, a Hall of Fame defensive end. Shortly after Howie's career ended, he moved his family from Los Angeles to a 65-acre spread in Virginia because they had the means to live anywhere, and this seemed the most peaceful place to settle in. Chris inherited many of his father's athletic gifts, dominated in college at the University of Virginia, and was picked second overall in the 2008 draft. Hayes wasn't invited to the NFL Combine back in '08, and it was a surprise when the Titans selected the unknown lineman from Winston-Salem State in the 4th round. As his parents scrimped to stay afloat, his childhood was full of no's. No, he couldn't have the toy he wanted. No, this bill couldn't be paid on time, but Hayes had a roof over his head and food in his belly. He was happy. He was showered with love and never felt as if he was missing anything. It wasn't until Hayes was older that he realized how much his family really struggled. The thing Hayes loved most about Long is that he never acted like a guy who had everything. Treat the bellman the same as you treat the President of the United States. Howie Long used to tell his 3 boys, hoping that privilege wouldn't affect the way they acted towards others. Long's mom, Diane, always called her son an old soul. He had a bucket list, climbed Mount Kilimanjaro, and started a project to help provide clean water to underprivileged in East Africa. He has always seen the world differently, but he had no clue. And I don't think most of us do, of what kind of challenges the homeless face. For the past several years, the Rams defensive line has donated $1,000 for every sack to the St. Patrick Center, a local homeless resource. Long had never visited the center. Meanwhile, Hayes became a regular. He took up He took a group of teenagers to the movies and played bingo at the Rosetta Group Home and St. Patrick's Mental Illness Facility. This spring, Hayes treated about 15 homeless people to a meal at Golden Corral and at an all-you-can-eat buffet. I'm telling you, you thought they died and went to heaven, says Judson Bliss, Chief Program Officer at St. Patrick. It was very rare for these folks. So it was very special. I'm losing it. I'm going to try to do my best to get through this. We have a lot of people who give money to us, and that's a good thing, but I think a lot of these social problems that we have with homelessness and the violence, that it really does take, what it really takes is people being involved in other people's lives. Amen. That's what makes the difference. Hayes is so entertaining that some say he deserved his own reality show. Let me get to the story. They have a police officer dressed as a homeless person to be kind of a safety shield for them as they go out. These two pro football players, they dress as two homeless gentlemen, and they find out firsthand what it's like, and they even go to the ticket office where you buy your tickets to get into the stadium to watch these two play. And the person in the sales office didn't recognize them. They were confronted and they panhandled and they were just trying to scrape up enough change to get something to eat. And only one of the players was able to get $6 the entire day, and that's what they ate. To them, it was frigid, freezing temperatures. And they didn't know where they were going to sleep the first night, and they found a empty box truck, and they got inside, and the temperature got down to about 38 degrees, and to them it was unbearable. They were in fear that someone would roll the door open and either try to murder them or to rob them, and the temperature was so cold they said they were like in a refrigerator. They came upon an empty box truck and slept in the back. It provided little warmth, and Hayes couldn't sleep. I was scared, he says, but it was more so the idea of not knowing the next move. I'm trying to close my eyes. We have a security guard, a police officer with us, but he was like, if somebody really wanted to come in here to lift this thing up to shoot all of us and rob us, they could do it easily. And to the homeless, believe me, 38 degrees is a warm spell compared to what they really face. They woke just before 5 a.m. and it was raining, and Long said he was glad they were able to experience the elements. But he wasn't so enthusiastic. Their experiment lasted about 24 hours. They hopped in a van and toured the places they'd gone the day before. They went to one place to try to keep warm, and they started a fire in a barrel. And a homeless man told them that they were trespassing. And he was being protected of his territory. He had a homeless woman that he was taking care of with them. What the football players did is finally they come to realize they have no idea what it's like on the street, and they put the homeless gentleman that ran him out the night before up in a hotel room for 2 months, along with the homeless lady that he was taking care of, and I think it changed their lives. It touched their lives in a mighty powerful way, and I think it was God that led these two to experience what it's like to be on the other side of the street, the forgotten, the invisible people. They were invisible to even those in the ticket office, and that should have known who they were. So many just turned them away and shunned them and mocked them. And read the entire article. I'll put the link below, and please watch this video. If you can help with our ministry to the homeless, I see this every day. I live it. I have been there. I've lived it. And it still is with me. It's with me with every breath, with every thought. With every thought I think and every breath I take. Because I'm there every day. I see the pain, and I see the hurt, and I see so many good people, so many God's people shun them and turn away. If you're led to give to our ministry, to the homeless, I'll put the link below. God bless you.